Love
Deuteronomy,
the Lord your God,
chapter
and
11.
keep His requirements,
His decrees,
love
His
the Lord
laws,
your God,
and His commands, always.
and keep His
Remember
requirements
today, His
that your
decrees,
children were not
His
the
laws,
ones
and His commands, always.
experience the discipline
Remember today,
of the Lord your God,
that your children were not the
His
ones
majesty
who saw
in
His
the
mighty
experience the
hand,
discipline
His
of the Lord your
arm,
God,
the signs He
His
performed,
majesty,
and the things
His
He
mighty
did in the
hand,
heart of Egypt,
His outstretched
both
arm,
to Pharaoh, the signs
King
He
of
performed, and the
to
things
his
He
whole
did
country.
in the heart of Egypt, both
What
to Pharaoh,
He did to
King
the
of
Egyptian
Egypt,
army,
and to his whole
country.
horses and chariots.
What
How He overwhelmed
did
them
to
with
the
the
Egyptian
waters
army
of the Red Sea, to its
as they were
horses and
pursuing you.
chariots. How
And
He
the Lord
overwhelmed
brought
them with the
lasting
waters
ruin
of the
on
Red
them.
Sea, as they were pursuing
It was
you.
not your children who saw
And how the
what
Lord
He
brought
did for
lasting
you
ruin
in the wilderness
on them, until you arrived. It
at
was
this
not
place.
your children who saw
what He
and
did
what He
for
did
you
in the wilderness
do
until you
Dathan
arrived at this place.
and Abiram,
And what he did
sons of
Eliab, the
Dathan,
Reubenite,
and
when the earth
Abiram,
opened its mouth,
sons of
right in the middle
Eliab,
of all
the
Israel,
Reubenites,
it swallowed them
when
up
the earth
with
opened
their
its
households,
mouth,
right
their
in the
tents,
middle of all
and
Israel.
every living thing that
It
belonged
swallowed
to
them up with their
households,
It was your own eyes,
their tents,
that saw
and
all
every
these
living
great
thing
things that belonged
the
to
Lord
them. But it was your own eyes that saw
Observe.
all these great things.
Therefore,
The Lord
all the
has
command
done. I am giving you today. Observe,
so that you
may have the
therefore
strength
all the
to go
command
in and take over
I
the
am
land
giving
that
you
you were
today,
crossing, so that you
the Jordan
may
to
have the
possess.
strength to
And
go
so
in
that you may
and take
live long
over the land
in
that
the
you were
land the
crossing,
Lord swore
the
to your
Jordan to
ancestors
possess, to give to them,
and so that you
and
may
their
live
descendants,
long in the land the
land
Lord swore
flowing
to
with
your
milk
ancestors
and honey, to give to them. The
and their
land you
descendants.
are entering to take
A
over
land
is
flowing
not like the land
with
of
milk
Egypt, and honey, from which you have come. The land
Where
you
you
are
planted
entering
your
to take
seed,
over is not like the land
and
of Egypt, from which you
irrigated
have
it
come.
by foot,
Where you
as
planted your
in
seed,
a
vegetable garden.
and
But the land
irrigated
you are
it by
crossing,
foot,
as
the Jordan
in a
to take
vegetable
possession
garden of is a land
But
of
the
mountains
land you
and
are
valleys that
crossing,
drinks rain from
the
heaven.
Jordan to take possession
It is a land the Lord your God
is a land of
cares
mountains
for, and valleys
The eyes
that
of the
drink
Lord your
rain
God
from heaven
are
continually on. It is a
it
land the Lord your
from the
God
beginning
cares for of the year. The eyes of the
to
Lord
its
your
end.
God are continually on
it.
So if you
From the
faithfully obey
beginning
the commands of the year
I am giving you
to
today,
its end, to love the Lord your God and serve. So if you faithfully
Him
obey
with all
the
your
commands, I am
with
giving
all
you
your
today.
soul.
To
That
love
was
the
it,
Lord
rain
your
on
God
the
and
land
serve in its season.
Him
with all your heart,
and with all your
autumn
soul.
and spring rain. That I will send rain on your land, so that you may
in
gather
its
in
season.
your grain new wine and olive both
oil.
autumn and spring rain. I will provide grass in the field, so that you
for
may
your cattle.
gather in your grain new
And
wine,
you will eat
and olive
and be
oil.
satisfied.
I will provide grass.
Be
in the
careful
fields for your cattle, or you
and
will
you
be
will
enticed
eat
to
and
turn
be
away
satisfied.
and worship other gods and bow down to
Be
them.
careful,
Then the Lord's
or
anger
you will be
burn
enticed
against
to
you, turn away and
and he
worship
will
other
shut
gods
up the
and bow
heavens.
down to them, so that it will not
Then the
rain,
Lord's anger will
and the
burn
ground
against
will
you.
yield no produce, and he will shut
And you will
up the
soon
heavens,
perish from the
so
good
that
land
it will not rain.
the Lord is giving
and
you.
the ground will yield no produce.
Fix these words
and
of
you will
mine
soon
in your
perish
heart
from the
and
good
mind
land the
Hide
Lord is
them
giving you as symbols of your hands.
Fix these
and bind
words
them
of
on your
mine
forehead,
in your heart and mind.
Teach them to hide
Teach them
them
to your
as
children.
symbols of your hands.
Talking
and bind
about
them on
them
your forehead
when you sit
Teach
at
them
home.
to teach
And
them
when
to
you
your
walk
children
along
the road. Talking about
when you lie
them,
down,
when you sit
and when you
at
get
home,
up,
and
Write
when you
them
walk
on the
along the
door
roads of your houses,
when you lie down,
and on your gates,
and when you get up,
so that your days
write them on the door
in the
frames
days of your
children.
houses
may be many,
and on your gates,
in the land the Lord
so that your
swore to
days,
give your ancestors,
in the days
as
of
many
your
as
children,
the days
may
that
be
the
many.
heavens are above
in the
the
land
earth.
the Lord swore to give your ancestors.
If you carefully observe
as many
all
as the
these
days
commands I
that
am
the
giving you
heavens
to
are
follow.
above the earth, to love the Lord your God,
If you
to
carefully
walk in
observe
obedience to
all
him,
these commands
and to hold
I am
fast
giving you to
him,
follow, Then the Lord
to
will
love the
drive
Lord your
out
God,
all these nations
to walk
before
in
you,
obedience to Him,
and you
to
will
hold fast to Him.
Then the Lord will drive out all these nations
larger and
before
stronger
you,
than you.
and you will
Every place where
dispossess
you
nations
set
larger
your
and
foot
stronger
will
than
be
you.
yours.
Your territory
Every place
will
where
extend from the desert
you set your foot
to Lebanon
will be yours.
Your
And
territory will
Euphrates
extend
River
from the desert
to the Mediterranean
to Lebanon.
Sea.
No one will
And
be
from
able
the
to stand against
Euphrates
you.
River to
The
the
Lord your
Mediterranean
God, as
Sea.
He promised you,
No
will
one will
put
be
the terror
able to
and
stand
fear
against you
of you on the
the
whole
Lord
land,
your God, as He
wherever you
promised
go.
you.
Will put the terror
See,
and fear
I am setting
of
before you today a
on
blessing
the whole land,
and a
wherever
curse.
you go. The blessing, if you obey the commands
See,
of the Lord,
I
your
am
God,
setting before you
that I'm
today a
giving
blessing
you today,
and a curse.
The curse, if you
The
disobey
blessing,
the
if
commands
you
of the
obey
Lord,
the
your
commands
God,
of the Lord,
and
your
turn from
God,
the way
that I'm
I
giving
command you today.
by following
The curse,
other
if you
gods,
disobey the commands of the Lord, your God,
which you have not
and turn from the
known.
way that I
When the Lord
command
your
you
God
today
has brought you
by
into the
following other
land you are
gods.
entering to possess, you are
Which
to
you have not
proclaim
known.
on Mount. When the Lord your God has brought you into the
Garrison,
land you are
the
entering to
blessings,
possess,
and
you are
on
to
Mount
proclaim on Mount
Ebal the curses.
Garrison.
The
As
blessings,
you know, these
and on
mountains
Mount
are across the
Ebal
Jordan,
the curses,
westward
toward the setting
as
sun.
you know, near the
These
great
mountains
trees are
Moreh,
across the Jordan,
in the
westward
territory
toward the setting
of those
sun,
Canaanites,
near the great
living
trees
in the
Moreh, Arabah,
in the territory
in the vicinity
of those Canaanites, living in the
Gilgal, Arabah, in
you are about
the
to cross the
vicinity
Jordan to
of
enter and take
Gilgal.
possession of the land the Lord your
You
God
are
is
about
giving
to
you.
cross the Jordan to enter.
When you have taken
and
it over
take possession
and are living
of
there,
the land the Lord
be
your
sure
God
that
is
you
giving
obey
you.
all the decrees
When you
and
have
laws
taken it over
I am setting
and are
before
living
you
there,
be sure that you obey all the decrees and laws I am setting before you today.